Hey, my name is Kat, and I'm an equestrian relationships coach. And I support heart led humans and their horses to make shifts and meaningful changes in their relationships with themselves and each other, and to really come from a place of safety, connection, and feeling seen, heard, and understood. And I'm here today to share with you a program that is launching in May. And it's for heart led equestrians. If you are a horse owner, a horse person, um, a horse lover, it is for you. And it is called Rebalance the Core of Your Relationship. And the reason why I called it Rebalance the Core of Your Relationship is because relationship can feel like such a minefield in today's world. We're in a world that has dragged us away from the importance of relationship, the authenticity of relationship, what relationship really brings to us, and and especially when it comes to our horses, what we are surrounded by and what we're taught is often very different from what we feel like we would like inside. What our horses are drawn to, what we're drawn to. A place of sharing space, of choice, of consent, of appreciation, of understanding. And I wanted to really say, I get it, because even when you consider yourself a heart-led equestrian or someone who really cares about their horse and the relationship that you share, it can be really hard to know what to do. It can be really hard to know, what how to feel or what to practice or what's your values, what's important to you, because there's so much that no longer serves us. And I wanted to own it and give people that safe space to come as a community, to share, to learn, to grow, to discover. Because I remember how lost I felt when I got my first horse. I can remember it so well. I did not know where to turn. I did not know who to ask. I did not know what advice to follow. And I didn't have a framework in my mind of, being able to differentiate advice that, or, practices that worked for us and what didn't, what worked for me and what didn't. And it was a whole long journey of getting it wrong a lot, and meeting some amazing people along the way, but years and years and years of trying to figure it out. And even doing a psychology degree didn't teach me this stuff. So I wanted to, instead of creating a space where I'm telling you what to do, it's more about we're exploring the concepts, the theory, having discussions, being heard, having coaching sessions where you can bring what is going on in your life. If there's blocks that you're struggling with, or things you want to voice, things you want to be heard, problems you want to find solutions to, that is what this space is all about. And the core of your relationship is so significant, because no matter what you do with your horse, no matter where you go, if it's riding, if it's walking, if it's sitting in a field, if it's sleeping, if it's whatever, just sharing space or whatever you choose to do, it comes from a core. And that how those roots form and how that trunk grows, and the nutrients that come from the soil, the solidity of the trunk, the togetherness of the earth, that's how the branches and the berries and the leaves are going to grow. So how can we strip it back from what we're doing with our horses to really appreciating the foundations, the core of what you share together? Is that a core built on understanding? Is that core built on safety? Is that core built on relational trust? Or is it built on something that no longer serves you anymore? Your horse as well as you. And it's the core feels like something that you can take with you, that grows with you along the way, along the journey. This is not about putting you in a box and telling you what to do and it's right or wrong. It's about empowering you to have new knowledge, to have new skills, to have new community, to remember what's really important to you. And so that you can go off in the world with your horse and have a radar of what serves us now. Why does it feel why do I feel drawn to doing things differently? Why do I feel drawn to this direction? Understanding things about the relationship, evolution, why we've got ourselves in this mess as, you know, our society. And what are we trying to come back to with our horses? What is it about horses that make us really connect to something deep within, and why, and explore that? Then we're going to look at the nervous system, understanding our horse's nervous system, understanding our own nervous system and how they interact together. So we're not just taking behavior at face value, we're actually understanding that, oh, what's underneath that, and looking at that together. Then looking at regulation. So what is it about? How can we bring ourselves back down? How can we process? How can we support our horses to process, rather than, you know, continue along with what is happening? How can we stop? How can we breathe? How can we develop that resource as a partnership? And then finally, attunement. And that is the sense of being seen, feeling heard, feeling understood. Why is that so important to us as mammals, as beings? And how can you start building that with your horse, with yourself, so that no matter what you do, you keep coming back to that core of relationship that is built on safety, that is built on being seen, heard, and understood, that is built on connection, that is built on an appreciation of you as an individual, as your horse as an individual, and you both coming together in a partnership, in a relationship, and what that means. So the program starts in May, and I really want it to be an empowering experience, to be a healing experience as my timer, and to be an experience of coming back to what's really valuable to you and your horse. And it will be over 4 months. So we've got one module per month. We've got relationship, we've got nervous system, we've got attunement, regulation, then we've got attunement. And each month we'll do an online workshop together as a group, where we explore some really cool concepts, theories, discussions. We can ask questions. And then you also get one-to-one coaching sessions with me. So coaching is a space where you can bring what you would like to bring, and to find your own answers, to find your own kind of way through, and being really held in that space. It's a really powerful thing, a coaching session, to help you make meaningful shifts in areas of life that you would like to, if that's with yourself, if that's in work, if that is with your horse, because all of these areas are all connected. And really getting to know your unique relationship with your horse. And then we are going to have relationship sessions with you and your horse together, so we can start bringing in the concepts and bringing them to life. So it's not just about knowing it in here, it is about experiencing it in here too, and start to build on, you know, what you've been exploring, what your gut is saying, where your relationship is with your horse. And then you're gonna get some monthly resources. So you're going to receive a EFT tapping every month recording, which is an incredibly transformational regulation tool that you can take away with you wherever you go, if that's with your horse, if that's before bed, on a walk, in the car, to help you have resources outside of this space as well. You'll also get a worksheet that you can complete every month if you would like to, that builds on what we're exploring together. It's got journal prompts, it's got activities, so that you can continue your learning if that's how you learn best. And then finally, there's a community space. So there's a lovely Facebook group with a small group, because this program is just about small groups, because I truly feel like the safety of a space is really important, and not to feel like there's too many voices in a room, not to feel like there's too little voices in a room, but to really feel like there's a community, and that you are seen and heard and your voice is valued. And it's a group experience. So that community space will be a space to share your moments, to connect with your like-minded group members, ask questions, share challenges, share moments of pictures or whatever you'd like to share. and where I post some resources on as well. So that's the program, and it is for anyone who is a horse person, if that's a horse rider, horse owner, horse lover. It's for you. And yeah, I really want it to be a place where you can be totally yourself, totally authentic, um, and have a little pocket of the horse world that is not just toxic and is actually supportive and understanding and celebrating, so that you can explore what you want to with your horse in good company. So if that sounds like something that could be for you and your point in your journey right now, if you would like to have a call and discuss a bit more about if it's for you or a bit more about it, I can either send you a details booklet or we can have a chat. If there's anyone in your circle, in your world that you think might be like, yeah, this actually feels like it might be really suited to them. They might be having some questions. They might be feeling alone, or like they're not quite sure where to turn. This might be a really helpful resource for them. But yeah, I look forward to connecting with you if this feels like something that is vibing with you. And yeah, feel free to share, ask questions, and speak to you soon. Bye.